Right. But you live in like this constant nervousness that they're about to do something they're not supposed to do.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is funny to watch.
Welcome back to Haley's Weekly News. Please love, like, and subscribe and comment.
What's going on, H?
Nothing much this week. We've just been super busy at the turn on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We've just been super busy. I think we've been busy because Mondays half of the therapist has canceled because some of them have canyon schools and they were closed Monday and Friday.
Oh, Canyon schools were closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be off on Mondays. Easter Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Amarillo just gets Good Friday off, which is fine.
Yeah. And I had to make sure that we were closed on that we were open on Monday because I don't want to go to the school, find out that they're closed and go
Yep.
back.
Yeah, it was a good week. Good weekend. The Masters was on this weekend plus Easter,
Yes.
so it was good. What do you think of our new banner?
I really love our new banner.
So this came compliments of the bonds at ABC Blueprint downtown Amarillo. Their building is really cool. I didn't know this, but their building used to be a car sales lot, basically, but everything was inside. So they have a huge elevator that can fit a whole car. And it used to just be a showroom and like, yeah, where you go to buy your car, right in the middle of downtown Amarillo. So it's a really cool building. They do great work. And we were just super excited to be able to have this. This steps it up a notch, HE.
It steps way a notch.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Now we don't have to worry about the fireplace behind us or anything like that, and we can look legit.
Yes.
So one of the things that we did over the weekend was we had our annual Easter egg hunt, right?
Right.
Where we get together with mom's side of the family and we do a huge lunch followed by Easter egg hunt out in
The
their
back.
yard,
Yeah.
front and backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And uh sorry, our weather is getting to me. Really congested today for some strange reason. Um anyway, so uh it used to be us, right?
Right.
And then we started having younger kids out,
Yes.
and the older cousins don't get to hunt in the Easter egg hunt anymore, except for one. Who would that one be?
Me.
Yeah, you. And so it got me thinking. And there's a little post that I made about this exact situation in Haley's weekly review. Um, that you, as an adult, uh, in your mid 30s, you'll be 34 this year, right?
Right. And I'm still always going to Easter egg hunt because it's a tradition.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so you are caught kind of in between this weird space where you are an adult,
Yes.
but you absolutely love doing all the things that the kids do,
Yes.
right?
Right.
So at a family gathering, Where do you usually spend your time?
with the kids,
Doing what?
like eating with them, playing with them, just whatever, just have fun with them.
So you're at the kid table.
Yes. Definitely when it's nice outside. I go eat with the little ones.
Okay. Is there ever a time that you wish that you were at the big table, the adult table?
Not really. I don't know why. I just love being with the kids, like eating with them. I think because I've gotten so used to being around them, cause I'm around kids Monday through Thursday, and I just love eating with the kids and playing with them and getting into water balloon fights when it's nice. We didn't this time, but
Because it rained.
yeah, cause it rained.
So, I mean, you say that, but there are times when you come into the big room and you just kind of linger around and hang out to get away from the kids too, right?
Right,
So it's not that you always want to be with the kids.
exactly. I
So tell me about that.
Well, sometimes I want to be with the adults, but most of the time, like I like to go play with the kids. Like I get in a jumpy house with them and just do what kids do.
Well, yeah. But what about the other part of that? What about wanting to be with the adults?
Oh yeah. I like to be with the adults. Like when we play like adult games. Like I can't think of any adult games right now.
So you're saying wherever the most fun is being had, that's where you want to be.
Yes.
Fair enough. It is a weird it is a weird spot for you to be in, and sometimes without even knowing it, we can kind of put you in that weird spot by just expecting that you're going to just want to be with the kids, right?
Right.
So when Ella and Weston come over, it's very easy for us just to say, H, why don't you go play with Ella and Weston? But you may not always want to do that, right?
Right. But I still do it anyway.
Well, and you struggle with that
Yeah.
because you feel like you have to.
Right. That's just sometimes.
It's a lot. It's not very often that you're frustrated by it that so much that we can see it,
No.
but it does happen often enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's okay, right?
Right.
I think it's like from my perspective, it can be difficult at times to acknowledge your adulthood, right?
Right.
Because I have this picture of you uh that is always us as kids growing up.
Yes.
But I'm not a kid anymore.
No.
Neither are you.
No.
So yeah, it's a weird transition. And I mean, we're always having to make transitions, aren't we? I
Right.
mean, that's just part of life. And so I think it's I think it's a really important aspect of adulthood that we all have to kind of take a look around and examine from time to time because we get stuck in just kind of the way things are done, right? Like
Ex- yes.
what are some of the things that the kids are always going to do when they come to your house?
Hmm. Like play outside, like go on the swings, play basketball
Yeah, but inside the house, where are they going to want to spend their time?
in the playroom.
Or
or an HE or Duff's room or the great room or something like
Yeah,
that.
they're gonna they're gonna want to spend time in your room. You have all the movies, and they want you to watch the movies and hang out with them.
Yes.
And you're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm really okay with that.
Do you ever tell them no?
No, I try not to because I don't want to hurt their feelings.
Yeah, thanks. Because then they have to come ask me, and then I have to tell them no. No, you're the cool aunt. You don't have to. Because when it comes to Ella and Weston,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
What's one thing we always tell you when you come and stay with us? You're not the parent.
Yes.
You're the cool aunt.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about things.
No.
It's up to us, right?
Right.
Especially if we're in the room.
Yeah.
Now, what happens if we're not in the room?
Then I'm in charge.
Do the kids listen to you?
Sometimes.
That's a better average than us. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this just for a few minutes before we send it off to our interview with Micah. I just think it's I think there are times when we can kind of take advantage of you because you love kids and we can take advantage of that. Not that we mean to,
No.
but if we're not looking at it and if we're not looking at you as an adult necessarily, um, then we can kind of just push our kids off to you and just kind of expect you to hang out with them. And it's just something we've had to adjust with over time. And, there are times when you feel like you need to go do something with them, and we tell you, no, you're good. Just hang out, let them go do their thing. And you've had to adjust to that because you like being in the middle of it.
Yes.
And you are a little worried that they might be getting into something.
That they're not supposed to.
Right. But you live in like this constant nervousness that they're about to do something they're not supposed to do.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is funny to watch.
It is
So,
pretty funny.
so if there's one last thing that you would want to tell people or people to know, um, about your experience as an adult, especially when it comes between having to choose between being with the kids or being with the adults, what would you like them to know?
I I don't like to get in the middle of I don't want to get in the middle of, but I prefer playing with the kids more sometimes than the adults.
Yeah, and would you let them know if you wanted to do something different?
Yeah.
You'd feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
Would you feel scared that they wouldn't be able to handle it if you weren't there?
I don't know if I'll feel scared. I'll feel a little nervous, but I don't think not scared.
Oh, H.
I might feel a little nervous, but not scared.
We're not scared. Okay. I was just curious. Just curious. This entire month is dedicated to adulthood, right?
Right.
And so we're just looking at different aspects of adulthood. And that's one of the things that commonly occurs in our house,
Yes.
especially um, around the holiday season. And so we have to make sure to ask you where you want to be. Now, we do have it, and it helps as the kids get older, they can do more things on their own, right?
Right.
And so you don't feel as much pressure to take care of them or be their shadow as they get older.
I think when I get a little older, it's a little bit better than I don't have to follow them all the time.
Sure. Yeah. I I think that's totally fair. Yeah. So, before we send this to the interview with Micah, just a couple of notes, so that way, we can give Micah his due time. Make sure you're checking out new content on haleysweeklynews.com. Link will be in the show notes, plus on our Facebook page and everywhere we can put it. That's what we do. You can also sign up and subscribe to Haley's weekly review through the website. Um, and we will also include that link in the show notes as well, just so you can, like I said, we put a lot of different content in the weekly review, and um, to give you a full perspective, this past one was dedicated to Easter. Plus, it includes the weekly guess the text, which we will send this to before the interview with Micah. So before we send them to guess the text, anything else you want to add, HE?
I can't I cannot believe Lil Weston turned 4 years old yesterday.
Well, believe it because he told everyone.
That's cool that he told
He was
everybody.
very proud that it was his birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good stuff. We had a good day.
Was he excited about going to school and telling all his friends?
Yeah, he kind of wanted to stay home, but we don't stay home on our birthdays here.
No.
We go to work, right?
Right.
That's right. And now here's your guess the text. Welcome back to Haley's Weekly News. As promised, I'm here with Micah. Haley can't be in on the recording because she's currently sitting in class because it's a Wednesday night. That's how she does. She can't miss it. But Micah has agreed to tell us a little bit about him. So I've known Micah for about 2 years now, huh? Right after COVID or right before COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just Wednesday nights and Thursdays. So we've gotten to know each other, built a pretty good friendship. I thought he would be a perfect guest to have as we talk about adulthood and what that looks like for different folks. So, Micah, first off, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of where you grew up? Uh, do you work? Where do you work? You live by yourself, with someone? Anything you want.
Hey, my name is Micah Allen Ruprecht. I am currently 41 years old. I will be 42 in July. I grew up here in Amarillo, Texas until I was 15, and then I moved to the San Bernardino Mountains in Southern California. I was there for 26 years, and I've been back here almost 2 years, and I am currently living on my own. I am working 5 days a week, 4 to 5 hours a day. I work at the United on 45th and Bell. I love the environment. I love the atmosphere. I love the management team and the employees. They really know what they're doing. The management team always helps customers when they need help finding stuff. They help them find what they need, and it's just a great opportunity for anybody that has teenagers, or if they want to get a job on their own. It's a great building process, and it's a great building job to learn how to have a sense of working hard and what hard work really means, and to be dedicated and committed to your job and what you do, and to show them that you're willing to work, you're willing to do the job that they ask you to do or hire you to do. So if anybody has teenagers out there that are looking for jobs, then we're always hiring in every department that we have.
It's a nice plug for United there.
Oh yeah.
So, um, so you work afternoons, right?
Mm-hmm.
What all do you do
Basically,
besides chit chat?
my job is to take people's groceries out to their cars, load the groceries into their cars, and help them with anything that they can't handle on their own, like the cases of water or sodas or whatever it may be. And
Yeah,
I really enjoy doing that. I show up to work at least an hour to an hour and a half early so I can eat something, go around, say hi to all the employees or customers that are just walking around, and try to help them out in any way that I possibly can.
check in with your coworkers.
Check in with my coworkers, make sure they're all good, and go from there.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know anyone in their jobs who go to work early just to check in with other people. And I know very few that go to work early to get extra work done, right? How do you get to work?
Usually I take Uber, or if I can't get Uber, then usually my mom will take me, or my sister will take me if she has time. But now that I live so much closer to work than I used to, then I'm usually walking home from work, and I live at the Red Oak Ranch Apartments, and it's a 15-minute walk from work to home, so it's not a bad walk at all.
No, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. Because we've talked a little bit about this, and you would, if you had to, and you don't have to every day, even when you lived before you lived in the apartment, you would Uber back and forth every day, right? If you had to. I just think I think there's a valuable lesson in that, because you're a great example of this. You'll do whatever it takes to get you a job. What is it about your job that you love so much?
It's the customers, it's the employees, it's the positive environment that I walk into when I walk into work. It's people laughing, it's people talking to other people. It's just the environment of United, and what it really stands for and what it really means. And I take my job very seriously. I value my job. I want to do the best job that I possibly can while I'm there. I don't like laziness. I don't like people that are just standing around and just talking to other people when we have customers that constantly need help to their cars and need help finding stuff. And
yeah, because that's a pretty busy location.
It really is, especially when we have major holidays like 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas. It's crazy in there. And it gets stressful really, really quick when we have a packed store and there's so many people in one place at one time. That can get stressful really quick, but you have to learn to calm yourself down. You have to learn to breathe and relax, and you have to learn how to control your nerves, because sometimes it's not easy to control your nerves.
Yeah, no, it gets a little hectic. It gets a little hectic because as soon as you bring your cart back, there's another cart for you.
Yeah.
And I would say most customers are pretty nice and good.
Very nice.
Every now and then you get one that's a little difficult to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a different question, but I'm going to go another direction on you. So, would you say at your job at United that you feel included, like you're a part of the team?
Oh yeah. They make that their number one priority, is to make every employee a part of the team, or even it feels like a family.
So if there's an employer that's someone who's looking to hire an adult with special needs, what would you say are the ways that like United makes you feel a part of the team? What do they do that makes you feel that way?
Well, for people with disabilities, they really concentrate on the physical aspect of the person's disabilities. They really concentrate on what they can do as far as physical activities, what they can lift, what they can't lift, how much weight they can lift. And they really concentrate on treating everybody equally. They don't treat one person one way and one person the other way. They treat everybody the same.
Cool. I love that. I love it because everybody, even if you have something that keeps you from being able to lift or to complete certain tasks, right?
Yeah.
Like, but that's all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, there's things that I can't do, and nobody in their right mind would hire me to do them, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's just really important. Yeah, there are some different things like you're going to work afternoons, um, and you may have a more limited schedule than someone else, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, you know, most every employee has their limitations and has their
Mm-hmm.
specialized plan for the most part.
Yeah.
So I think that's really important. Okay, so outside of work, uh, what are some things you enjoy doing?
I really enjoy going out with friends and eating lunch or dinner. I really enjoy coming to church. That's one of my biggest priorities, is coming to church as much as I possibly can when I'm not working, and being involved with everybody, and just hearing the word of Jesus and what he's done for us and how he sacrificed everything so that we could have a choice whether to follow him or not follow him. And just the way he treated everybody around him. He treated everybody like family. When you needed to be disciplined, he disciplined you really good.
So church, you're a sports fan,
Oh yeah.
big time sports fan. We talk Cowboys a lot in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
You like any other sports or teams?
I like baseball, My two baseball teams are the Texas Rangers and the Cleveland Indians because my uncle used to manage the Cleveland Indians back in the 90s.
Who's your uncle?
Mike Hargrove.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you grew up in, so Perryton has a
Mhm.
sign for him.
Yep.
He's your uncle?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Okay, I'll give you that excuse then for liking Cleveland.
And
That's
I
fair.
got to meet the dream team of the 90s when they were really, really hot. My uncle is the only manager in Cleveland Indian history to take them to 4 division titles and 2 World Series appearances, and nobody has done that since.
No. No, they had a run there. They had a run.
And they had the biggest names in baseball on that team.
Yeah.
Then they had Jim Thome, Albert Bell, Kenny Lofton, Manny Ramirez, Omar Vizquel. You name them, they were there.
That's just crazy. I had no clue. Wow.
And I actually got to sit down with Jim Thome for a few minutes actually when I went to a game when they were still at Jacobs Field. I got to sit down with Jim Thome and really just ask him a bunch of questions about the game and what it meant to him. And
That's
he was
cool.
like, I don't care about the fame or fortune or the money or even my name getting out there. He said, I just play because I love the game.
That's cool. He played it for a long time too.
23 years, 6 all time and home runs. He hit over 600 home runs in his career.
Yep. So let me ask you this. So we've talked about kind of your background growing up. We've talked about your job, how important it is to you every day. And then we've kind of talked about your interests, right? And I'll just say, you have a good core group of friends that y'all do a ton of things together. We may have to figure out a way to get y'all all mic'd up for a conversation. That would be chaotic, but fun.
Yeah,
But fun.
chaotic and fun.
What's life if it's not a little chaotic? So taking all that into account, like one of the biggest aspects of your life is your work, right? You spend the most time there besides home and with family.
Yeah.
How would your life be different if you did not have a job to go to every day?
Oh, I'd be depressed.
Yeah.
I'd be sad, angry, frustrated. I'd be losing my mind every day if I didn't have something important to go to and go do. That would be depressing, just sitting there all day doing nothing.
Yeah, because would it be fair to say like that's where you have the most interaction with people, aside from church and that kind of deal. Like that's your place to hang out, as well as work.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think that's really important. Like, because Haley's the same way. She has real friendships at the places she works. She doesn't just go to a job to earn money and to pass the time. Like,
Yeah.
That's one of her places, and it's the same for you. Like, that's your place. That's where you feel included, part of the team, and it's a big deal for you.
Very big. It's very, very important. I need to make sure that everybody is doing all right, doing good in life, and just moving along and enjoying their job. And if I can help them spiritually or in any other way, then I want to make sure that I do that to the best of my ability and the best of my knowledge.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so we've got like 1 minute left.
Okay.
Is there anything that you want the people to know? Like, if it could be words of wisdom, it could be like,
Well, my words of wisdom would be to, if you're if you're spiritually involved in church or in a relationship or a marriage or anything like that, to be sure to value that spiritual aspect of that relationship or that job or whatever the case may be, and to take your faith and your spirituality very seriously, but don't ever push it on people. Don't ever say, yes, I'm a Christian and yes, I believe in Jesus, but don't constantly hound people with your faith. I mean, show it, obviously, show it as much as you can and as much as you want to, but don't push it on people. Don't don't ridicule people, because we're not them and we don't know what they've gone through in their life. So we have no right to be judging them, because we haven't walked in their shoes. We don't know what they've been through. So it's not our job to judge them anyway. It's Jesus' job to judge everybody and to be there for them when they need him to be there for them.
very good. Man, I've had fun. I appreciate this.
Yeah, I'll do it again.
I know you will. Next time. No. Well, thank you for being on. Thank you for sharing with us about your life and how much you value what you do and the people that your job brings you in contact with. I mean, it's awesome to see like your perspective on how you can make people's day better, and you like you don't just do that by accident or just happen to when you show up. Like, you are very purposeful about it, and you've taken it upon yourself to do that at the United on 45th and Bell. Like, that's awesome. So thank you for that, and yeah, we'll do this again.
I'll be ready.